When you hear them whispering Kingslayer behind your back, doesn't it bother you?
Of course it bothers me.
Lion doesn't concern himself with the opinions of the sheep.
It's the one and only Digo Double.
Marjorie has her claws in Joffrey. She knows how to manipulate him.
Good. I wish you knew how to manipulate him.
Damn, son!
But to slaughter them at a wedding?
Explain to me why it is more noble to kill 10,000 men in battle than a dozen at dinner.
That's cold.
Tywin Lannister was such a strong character that after particularly his death, which happened at the end of season 4, I believe Game of Thrones started to fall flat. The bad writing slowly started to creep in from then on, but beyond that, one of the major issues was God was simply lacking great antagonists like Tywin and Joffrey. Cersei was still there and God tried to create other antagonists like the High Sparrow or Euron Greyjoy, but those characters more than anything were very annoying.
Where are my niece and nephew? Let's go murder them.
He is so pretentious and it is so gross.
I want every man bending planks. I want every woman spinning flax for sails. Build me 1,000 ships, and I will give you this world.
You are so annoying!
Yes, you need people to hate your antagonist, but not in the same way that people hated Euron or the High Sparrow. They were lacking most of the strong character traits that a perfect powerful character needs to have, and in this video, we'll dive into the character layers that made Tywin one of the greatest characters of TV shows. The feature of any powerful character, be that in a medieval or fantasy TV show or something very realistic, is he or she needs to deal with multiple other powerful characters surrounding him.
He is a problem you promised to resolve. You have failed. Now it's left to me to deal with him.
And how he behaves and talks with them, his smile, his overall body language, everything contributes to his desire of establishing dominance. We'll first now see two scenes where Tywin showed that. Kudos to the great writing of God writers here. First scene is here where Joffrey, as the little monster as he was, slowly started to desire for the ultimate power, which his grandfather definitely holds. Tywin, who knows rank-wise Joffrey is king, but no one knows it better than him, that it's actually him who kept Joffrey in the throne. Now, when Joffrey expresses his dissatisfaction by saying this,
I'd like a report on the meetings of my small council.
You're welcome to attend the meetings of your small council, Your Grace.
look how Tywin responds to that. He neither starts to give Joffrey all the detailed reports, nor mocks him or gets angry, but just responded in a very logical, calm manner.
So if I wanted to attend a council meeting, I would now have to climb all the stairs in the Tower of the Hand.
And then when Joffrey actually showed his desire for control, Tywin did this to show he's not gonna hand it over.
We could arrange to have you carried.
I do think this is one of the greatest scenes of Game of Thrones. Now before jumping into the next scene, I wanna mention it here. The internal conflicts that Tywin has with all his sons and daughter and grandson is another excellent part of a truly great writing craftsmanship. If we divide the Lannister dynasty in 5 main characters, Cersei, Jaime, Tyrion, Joffrey and Tywin, Cersei and Joffrey will be on the truly evil side, who often does cruel things just for the sake of doing it, who gets insane joy by inflicting pains in people.
Cut his throat. Stop. Wait. I've changed my mind. Let him go.
How long do I have to look?
As long as it pleases me.
Then Tyrion and Jaime will be on the other side, who are not willing to hurt and harm people even if it's necessary to win.
Robb Stark had one. Never lost a battle. And you defeated him all the same.
Do you disapprove?
I'm all for cheating. This is war. But to slaughter them at a wedding...
And then comes Tywin, who is just the necessary amount of evil, who would do everything for the sake of his family name. When push comes to shove, he doesn't care about ethics or anything at all. He doesn't shy away from a massacre either if needed.
Explain to me why it is more noble to kill 10,000 men in battle than a dozen at dinner.
But he doesn't exhibit unnecessary cruelty, neither does he respond or discourage them.
Poor Ned Stark. Brave man. Terrible judgment.
Attacking him was stupid.
He's not definitely a fan of Joffrey's madness, but he used to let it slide as long as it didn't directly affect his dynasty. He only pays heed to things that truly matter and is indifferent to all the other things that are happening in front of him, which he doesn't think are very important. All this mix had added so many layers to his character. Now let's go to the second scene, Tywin versus Olenna. Olenna Tyrell was one of the most outspoken and interesting characters of God, and from what we have seen from the show, men of the Tyrell family are pretty dumb and boring, so Olenna and Marjorie needed to lead all the political aspects of the house. Olenna is a really intelligent woman, and they are the wealthiest family of the Seven Kingdoms, so both Lannister and Tyrell needed one another. So it was a treat to watch when Tywin had to bargain with Olenna about his daughter, aka Cersei's marriage with Sir Loras Tyrell. Now let's look at the scene.
My grandson is the pride of High Garden, the most desirable bachelor in all Seven Kingdoms. Your daughter
is rich, the most beautiful woman in all Seven Kingdoms.
Here, none of Olenna or Tywin think of their grandson or daughter to be that demanding or a huge figure. But like the seasoned politicians they are, both of them were just trying to hype their respective chips here intentionally, and then after all these clever talks, when Olenna still didn't agree to the proposal, Tywin landed his final missile here.
If you refuse to marry Loras to Cersei, I will name him to the King's Guard. He will never marry. He will never have children. The Tyrell name will fade.
I really miss when the Game of Thrones writing was this good. Now let's look at this scene where we can see how Tywin also approaches a thing super tactically when needed, resolving conflict with politics and negotiations rather than dominance. Prince Oberyn, I believe, was not only one of the best characters of God, but probably one of the very best in TV show's history.
She was raped and murdered by the Mountain. The Mountain follows your orders. Of course I blame you.
Pedro Pascal is such an amazing actor that everything he touches, he turns that into gold. Here, Tywin knows that Drogon is a very important ally to maintain if the Lannister want to secure their Iron Throne position. Princess Myrcella is in the custody of Drogon, and Prince Oberyn is someone who is as skillful and unpredictable as anyone can ever be. Also, Oberyn doesn't fear a single person in the world, so dominance or fear is not something that would resolve the issue here. So here, Tywin does this instead.
I never realized you had such respect for Dorne, Lord Tywin.
We are not the Seven Kingdoms until Dorne returns to the fold.
I can go on and on about Tywin Lannister. All the clever talks and heated moments he has in the show with Tyrion is one of my most favorite things to rewatch.
A good man does everything in his power to better his family's position.
When have you ever done something that wasn't in your interest, but solely for the benefit of the family?
The day that you were born. You will wed her, bed her, and put a child in her. Surely you're capable of that.
And if I refuse?
You wanted to be rewarded for your valor in battle. Sansa Stark is a finer reward than you could ever dare hope for.
I also enjoyed very much all the scenes Tywin has with Arya.
And what do they say of Robb Stark in the north?
They call him the Young Wolf. They say he can't be killed.
Do you believe them?
No, anyone can be killed.
Overall, I think the character and dialogue writing and the acting, all three of these were so good that Tywin Lannister became one of the most iconic characters of the history of television. That's it for today, guys. Let us know who is your most favorite character from Game of Thrones. If you like this video, please dump a like and subscribe to our channel for more movie and series related content like this. Until next time, tada!